You'd be surprised that 44% of six-figure households used down payment assistance in 2024. We're going to be debunking some more myths around down payment assistance to help those of you that want to become homeowners get on the property ladder, utilize all of the tools that you have available to you, and not cause you to miss out on these great programs. Let's get to not bunking, but debunking some of these myths. Number one, home down payment assistance programs are only for first-time home buyers. That is a myth. That is false. It's not true. There are several programs for folks that are non-first-time home buyers. And before we go any further, let's define what a first-time home buyer is from a lending standpoint. It's anyone who has not had ownership interest in a primary residence within the most recent 3 years. So there's some of you out there that may own a home, but it's not been your primary residence. That's one example of not having to be a first-time home buyer. But more often, what that means is some of you guys are subsequent or move-up home buyers, right? And as long as you're moving into the new home as your primary residence and you'll be getting rid of the home that you have or keeping it, there are programs that are available for you as well, in that you do not have to meet that first-time home buyer test. So this myth is debunked, and it's one that keeps a lot of people on the sidelines because savings for down payment and or closing costs here in 2025 and probably for the foreseeable future is getting a little more difficult, right? And so you want to utilize every tool that you have available to you to help overcome those obstacles. So you don't have to be a first-time home buyer. There's programs out there for you if you do not meet that test. The second myth that we're going to debunk is this: down payment assistance programs are harder for mortgage approval. That is a big myth. It's false, not accurate. Here's the deal. Most sellers don't even know if you're using down payment assistance, and it shouldn't be a negative stigma. Depending on the type of program that you're using, and I would say the professional that you're using, really determines how smooth and how long one would take. What a lot of people fail to realize is this: the number one thing that really affects time when it comes to closing on a home loan is being properly approved the first time. And so that is really the determining factor on how quickly someone can get to the closing table. But for the context of this video, down payment assistance programs will not add extra or harder terms to a loan approval. It's just not accurate. Okay. So if you have been told that, I would advise for you to shop around and do some more research on the professional that you're dealing with. One caveat to that is this: depending on the type of program, example, if you're dealing with a city specific program, there may be some extra steps involved that could possibly add some more time, because that city program is actually preparing the documents that are associated with the said down payment assistance, or there might be a couple of other steps. But again, it's all about the approval or the pre-approval, and the lender that you're dealing with, as well as the realtor, understanding the program and setting you up for success up front. So routinely, you should be able to close a home loan within a 30-day time frame. If everything is in a row, all ducks in a row, and you are super motivated and know what you want and have been properly approved up front, fastest that we've closed one is in 17 days. Let's debunk some more myths. Number 3, down payment assistance programs are just for lower income buyers or lower price homes. Another misconception. As I said in the intro, 44% of homeowners this past 2024, past year, used the down payment assistance program, and they were six-figure earners. A lot of realtors don't understand that. A lot of home sellers don't understand that. There are very generous income criteria or guidelines to help people overcome the savings of the down payment and closing costs. But I routinely help six-figure households use down payment assistance because the deal is this: you have the income, you have the ability to service the debt, the monthly payments that you have. It's just difficult saving thousands of dollars for down payment and closing costs. It could take 7, 8 years. And then you run into the home prices increasing. So down payment assistance programs are great tools if used properly in combination with you all as a seller can help you get to your next destination as well as a deserving abled family get into the home that they're looking for to start their journey. So big misconception. The second part of that is that you have to buy in certain price ranges. Again, depending on the city, this not the city, the program. This is how I want you to think about down payment assistance as far as flexibility is concerned. So city, county, state, national. When you are on a city or county level, you tend to have smaller income limits and smaller home price limits. It's a case by case situation based upon your information and that program. Again, you have to deal with a lender that understands what's going on and they can convey to you what those different aspects of the program are. But from a 10,000 foot view, you are going to have tighter or lower income limits and price points at the city and county level. When you go state, national, typically you're dealing with the area median incomes of the area that you're in, either being at 80% or below, okay, or at 80% to 100, 120, 140% of the area median income level based upon family size. And then for those of you that are buying in targeted areas, then the income limits are broadened there as well. It's all about who you work with and their knowledge about the program. I'm getting comfortable here, man. We knocking these myths out. We got two more. Number 4, down payment assistance programs affect the home selling process. There's no impact. Home sellers have been sold this negative image, but there's no extra impact on time. And in fact, if we think about it, we really want to put folks in homes that have money left over after the consummation. So at minimum, I like our folks to have at least 2 months of their principal, interest, tax, and insurance payment after closing. Here comes down payment assistance. Now these folks don't necessarily have to liquidate all of their funds to get in the house, i.e. house rich and cash poor, never advise it. But with down payment assistance and or seller help, combination of the both, then these homeowners are able to get in and be successful because we all know life is life and it will life. And so in order to you as a homeowner not to have any remorse because you've exhausted all your funds to get into the home, again, I do not advise that. Down payment assistance helps in those instances. So it has a positive impact on the selling process when done correctly. Last myth is this: there are only down payment assistance programs that have to be repaid. And that's not the case. I'll say it this way: there's 3 flavors, if you will, of down payment assistance, especially the ones that I deal with. Grants. Grants are free money. Though that's the creme de la creme when it comes to down payment assistance programs. If you can get a grant, that means at some point in time, either at consummation, okay, we have some programs like that on the conventional side. If you qualify, as soon as you close, you don't owe that money back anymore. That's what everybody's looking for. Then you have the more common type of down payment, what we call forgivable seconds or silent seconds. And those types of programs, there's no payment that you have to make. It's a silent second, but there's a time interval that you have to maintain that home as a primary residence before it's forgiven. If you get a 3-year forgivable loan, down payment assistance, then after the 36 months in the home as your primary residence, whatever that dollar amount was that was given to you to help with your down payment and closing costs goes away. Okay. So that's the forgivable type down payment assistance. And then we have repayable loans, right? In that there's no payment for the down payment assistance. It's a second, it sits there silently, but either at the end of 30 years, when the house is paid off, you're going to pay those monies back, or at some point in time, there's no prepayment penalty. You can pay it off at any time, but, or when you refinance, but you have to repay those funds. And again, those types of down payment assistance programs are really good for folks that make more money. You'd be surprised. I had somebody make, or a couple making 150, but again, not able to save the full down payment and closing costs. So we're not going to try to make those folks feel bad. And those of you not making 150,000, well, when you start making 150 and you have a couple, 2, 3 kids, you know, you'll see that it's a blessing, but it's not like what you might think it is if you're lower than that. There you have it, man. Short and sweet. If you are in a place where you say, you know what, Robert, I want to keep educating myself. I like these videos. I want to delve deeper into down payment assistance on a national level. We'll do it like this. Watch this video right here. If you're in the state of Texas and you want to understand some of your options on the down payment assistance level, then watch this video right here. So as I always say, guys, my time is up, but I thank you for yours. Let's do this. This is more important today than ever, but let's be good to one another. Let grace abound. And until the next time, peace. Y'all be blessed.